Thanks to a new state program, companies owned by women, people of color, and veterans will have a better chance at winning public contracts. Started by the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation, the Diversity Goal Support Program helps businesses with needs for upfront capital. To tell us about the program are the corporation's CEO, Larry Andrews, and the principal and CEO of Taino Consulting Group, Herby Duverné. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Nice
Thank
to be
you.
here.
I'm glad to be here.
I want to start with Laurie. First of all, talk about the range of agencies that we're talking about with contracts for these companies right now.
Sure. It could be any contract that has some kind of goal-based part of that contract. So it can be state, federal, municipal, can be university, or also even casinos as an example. Massport, MBTA, those all have some kind of goal-based part of that contract.
Now, Herby Duverné, you're in the business of risk management, security. Seems like there's demand for that. So it ought to be easy to get a contract, but I guess that's not exactly what happened here.
Absolutely. Actually, it is easier to get contract. The issue is, how do you fund the contract? And I think that's what this program bring into place. That's what was very helpful to us, because we can go out there as an entrepreneur. I like to hustle. I go out there and then get the business. But the big thing is, after you get the business, how do you fund it? So this program was able to help me fund the opportunity so I can go after more.
Larry, what about the difficulties in raising the money to deliver on a contract, especially if you're talking about the difference between the kind of agencies, the constituencies you're trying to help, and the rest of the people out there?
So the good news is that they are looking for minority, women-owned businesses, veteran-owned business companies, and so they're really looking to help. The issue then becomes, can they find the capital to actually mobilize their company in order to bid on these contracts?
And I guess, Larry, what about the pursuit of capital? Because a lot of people say, don't you just go to a bank and get some money? What's going on here?
No, not that easy. I mean, if you have my business I started about 3 years ago. So again, you don't have all those past performance, past years that you can show numbers that the bank won't not lend you money just because you show up and say you have a contract. Having this program where the state take all the risks and seeing like the organization that they're going to work with mean business is much easier. I went to many different banks, before I was able to get.
And what was the response you get from those banks?
The bank said no. He said, show me your last 3 years of business. We didn't have 3 years. We were in the first year of business. So after that, then I decided, I learned about MGCC. I went to them and they were able to help us. They gave us our first loan. We came back again when we show more business. They gave us our second loan, and now we're on our third loan with them. Again, we have a business that grew from 2 people to 35 people. I mean, that's the power of having an organization that's really helping small and minority business succeed. Because the issue is not lack of opportunities, a lack of funding and financial funding so you can make this thing work.
Larry, what about what else this corporation of yours puts into the mix here to make it work for people?
Yes. So we also end up being sort of the conduit between the agency that actually is giving the contract, and so we can be the go-between should there be any kind of issue on payment. We also can look at the terms, and if there's something that we see that's a little bit different, we're looking at these things all the time, we can say for the entrepreneur, is this something that you really want to get into? There's some parts of this that you may want to look at differently. And we also provide the entrepreneur with the ability to have cash flow that makes sense, not only for us as an agency, but also for the business itself. And so we're providing technical assistance as well to the company.
What about the limits? I mean, how far can you go in your financial backing?
So we go up to $1 million, but oftentimes we're doing this financing also with a bank. So, like Herby still has a bank, but we also look at other opportunities for financing as well as using the state money.
Herby, what do you see further down the road here? Because maybe you've taken part in this program, you've gotten a contract. Maybe in the future you could walk into a bank and get a different response.
Absolutely, and we have. I mean, the good thing is the first time we got our smallest loan from the MGCC, we were able to get loan from the bank after we got the MGCC loan. So exactly, I mean, what we're doing right now financially within our company is to pay down our debt and get to to the regular bank. I mean, that's the goal of the program. It's not to stay within MGCC all the time. It's to, take advantage of the opportunity of the program, build your infrastructure and capacity, and when you have a solid business, right now we have 3 years of solid growth within the business. I mean, we grew from 3 people to 35 people now. Now we have enough information, enough data, and we're much more bankable right now than we've ever been before. But we could have been unless we had the opportunity of this program at first place.
Larry, I can see there's a growing demand for what Herby's company does, but what about some of the other things out there, the kinds of, there might be companies, people watching our show who never realize, wait, I should be applying for a contract here.
Exactly. And if you can almost any state contract for supplying the state with goods and services, down to paper products, paper, services, consulting services, all those are contract-based. And if you have a company, say you have a cleaning company, that's something that you could apply for a contract to supply cleaning services. MGCC will look at that contract, or that you're thinking about it. And what we're asking for, if you're interested, contact us at Mass Growth Capital, and we'll talk about ways in which your company can be successful.
Yeah. Herby, what about the technical assistance part of this? Did you get some of that too? From
we did, because when we started the program, about 2 years ago, our book wasn't in place. I mean, we didn't really understand all those P&Ls and, statement and all those, profit and loss that we have to provide. So we were able to get assistance to the MGCC program to really help us and really bring a consultant into place to really help our business and build that. So we had opportunity to do that. So now with 35 people, we have a chief financial officer part of our company. So again, we're at a different stage now. But again, 2 years ago, 2 years and a half ago, that was painful because we didn't have that. Now we have, regular, P&L and all this kind of good stuff.
Right. Larry, talk about the partnership behind this program, right? Because you got different people working together to make this work.
Yes. So part of it is obviously the entrepreneur or the company itself. And we like to think of ourselves as sort of the personal trainer for the company. They have to do the work. They have to work out, and they have to make sure that they're actually doing the work to make sure that they're successful. We sort of point them in the right direction. We hire consultants based on the ability or the lack of ability within the company. And we actually pair up consultants with the company itself, because there's also make sure that they've got the right personality to address sort of what needs to happen in that company. And then we're also then working with whatever agency that's actually issuing the contract itself. And we make sure that there's a good relationship between the company itself and the person who's actually issuing the contract.
We should mention, if anybody would like to get some more information about this and find if they can take advantage, what's the best thing for them to do?
I would say go on our website, which is massgcc.com, and contact me directly at laandrews@massgcc.com.
Thank you both very much, Larry Andrews and Herby Duverné. We'll have more news in just a moment.